So it looks like the bad blood between Ashanti and Irv Gotti runs deeper than we thought, because Ashanti is still holding onto the grudge between them even though Irv is no longer with us. She might owe her entire career to Irv Gotti because he was the one who discovered her in the first place, but she has spent years telling us about how he did her dirty, and it doesn't look like she has gotten over the pain of what he did to her. Now, Ashanti has some very nice things to say about Irv when he passed, but it looks like she really didn't mean that, because the streets are saying that she is never going to forgive Irv after everything that he did to her. But what exactly did he do to her? And why is she so determined to get her lick back from a dead man? Let's break this down. Irv Gotti played an instrumental role in shaping Ashanti's rise to stardom. In the early 2000s, she was already gaining traction in the industry thanks to her standout features on massive records like Fat Joe's What's Love and Ja Rule's Always on Time. Recognizing her potential, Gotti brought her into the Murder family, and in 2002, she officially signed a record deal with the label. Her debut album, Foolish, turned out to be a game changer. It not only sold millions of copies, but also secured her a Grammy for Best Contemporary R&B Album in 2003. Under Gotti's guidance, Ashanti became one of the biggest R&B stars of the era, delivering hit after hit. Over the years, she emerged released 4 more studio albums, keeping her at the forefront of the genre. But despite their success, things didn't stay smooth forever. In 2009, Ashanti and the label went their separate ways, marking the beginning of a shift in their relationship. What started as a strong creative partnership eventually soured, leading to years of tension between her and Gotti. Speaking about their relationship turning sour, Irv said, "The relationship has run its course. The chemistry of what's needed. We're in 2 totally different places." That might have seemed like he wanted to keep things civil, but that didn't last long. The real drama unfolded in August 2022 when Irv Gotti sat down for an interview on Drink Champs and dropped a bombshell. He claimed that he and Ashanti were actually in a relationship back in the day. And if that wasn't messy enough, he went even further, revealing that they allegedly had a heated verbal altercation at some point, and it kind of seemed like he was trying to paint her as being disrespectful to him.
I see that there was no shame in us being together. She wasn't responsible for my divorce. I could give you 3 other chicks that was. I was been separated and out the She was, so the things that she's concerned with, I'm like, yo, I told her back then, you're not the person.
Right.
She wasn't fucking me to get a record deal. She got a record deal through a man, Mario Baeza, who was a mutual friend. He had her signed, and she worked for her deal. When I first met her, I said, yo, I'm doing JX and Ja. I ain't got no time to do no R&B. But here's what you could do. Just hang around, be in the studio, be a studio rat. She was in the studio every day. That's how she got the Big Pun record, because people was calling me to do records. That's how she got What's Love.
This is all positive.
Yeah,
it's
that's
all
positive.
Yeah, this is all positive.
I put that girl on.
Right.
I'm not saying it is braggadocious. It's real. I put her on. And the end rule by saying, yeah, she go ahead, let Bon Bon get on Always on Time. We put her on. Right. So for her to say, I don't want to do this no more, I don't respect it. And that's like, I'm a family, right? I'm the youngest of 8 kids, so everything you ever see Irv Gotti about, I mention my brother. It's family references.
Right.
So my thing with Frank, when she said, I don't want to do this no more, that shit cut deep, nigga.
And that was just the beginning. The tension between Ashanti and Irv wasn't limited to personal drama because their business relationship had its own set of issues. During his Drink Champs interview, Irv made it clear that he wasn't a fan of artists fighting for ownership of their masters, a stance that didn't sit well with many artists, especially Ashanti. However, Ashanti was not about to let him spread that narrative about her, and she wasted no time shutting down his claim. She made it crystal clear that whatever Irv was saying wasn't the truth. According to her, he had plenty of girlfriends during that time, but she was never one of them, nor did she ever sleep with him. Ashanti didn't stop there. She went on to say that Irv had changed over the years and wasn't the same person she once knew. She even went as far as accusing him of fabricating the entire story, making it clear that nothing he said about their alleged relationship was true.
Mixing business and pleasure problem, right? Mm-hmm. So when the personal relationship is no longer serving you.
But see, let's clear this up.
Okay.
We're not going to say relationship. We dealt with each other, but having a was Irv my boyfriend? Was I his girlfriend? Never.
Really?
Never. So...
Well, was he married? He was still married at the time, right? He was married.
That's my point. Irv had several girlfriends, you know? So I'm a little confused by the thought, you know what I'm saying? And the label and the description.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So back to your question.
The personal relationship. Well... whatever the
Personal
personal relationship, personal situation.
Irv got into a dark place. Like, he was blocking a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, Irv was like telling DJs don't play the record. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
again, we already
He never
spoke.
called me and said that to me. Just full disclosure. But that's something you know he did factual.
And
Okay.
Again, we already spoke about him not allowing me to come to the studio. You know, he was just telling people don't work with me. He was telling people, you know, I remember when he told my stylist at the time, Rosie, they've known each other way before we did. She was his assistant before I ever was signed or came around. So they had known each other for a really long time. And he kind of was like, if you with Ashanti, you don't with me.
Irv's stance on Ashanti's masters didn't exactly shock fans, especially since she had already spoken out about the struggles she faced while working under him. According to Ashanti, Irv took a significant cut of the money generated from her past music, leaving her with far less than she deserved. But it didn't stop there. She also claimed that he actively tried to sabotage her career by blocking opportunities, including preventing DJs from playing her records. According to her, things got even messier when she attempted to leave Murder Inc. and explore new opportunities. Ashanti revealed that when she was in talks to sign with Dr. Dre, Irv made outrageous demands, insisting that he receive the majority of her earnings from the deal. Speaking about the incident, she said, "Me and Dre were talking about a deal, and when I was talking to Irv about it, he had said something like, well, I want 90% of anything you make, like for the rest of your life. You know, like something crazy." Now, Ashanti is not the only artist that Irv had bad blood with, because I know y'all have seen how 50 Cent mocked Irv as soon as he passed. However, Ashanti had more class than that, because while everyone was expecting her to clown Irv, she chose to keep it cute and posted her respects on Instagram. She wrote, "I can't believe things ended like this, and it makes me so sad. We weren't on the best terms the past few years, but as I've always said, through our ups and downs, I will forever be grateful for everything that you've done for me. We made history, and that will remain infinite. I've always respected your musical genius and ability to push me to be my best. All the greatness and positive things that came far outweigh the dark and negative times. I have always prayed for you to find peace, sending love and prayers to the entire family. Rest well, rest in peace, Irv." Child, y'all can say anything you want about Ashanti, but it's admirable how she kept it classy while making it clear that she and Irv still has some major issues and bad blood between them that aren't going away just because he passed. It doesn't look like she is going to let go of any beef anytime soon, which isn't surprising because she can't get an apology from him for how badly he treated her, and she's just going to have to work on getting over the past. Fans commented, "The way Irv Gotti talked stuff about Ashanti for years, I'm shocked she still showed class in her tribute. I respect her even more." Ashanti and Irv didn't end on the best terms, but she still took the time out to honor his legacy and send condolences to his family. What a class act. And Ashanti better than me, I would have said rest in peace to Irv. Anywho, y'all let me know how you feel about this and then check out this next video.